To be read by Purva Dinesh and then by Chirantan Shah, Sri Ranjini S and Rahul Walia.
I have been waiting for this day for the last 15 days. My board exams got over at 12:30 p.m. today. I'm very happy about it. This afternoon, my friends and I had a lot of fun. We went to Sweetie ice cream shop and 4 of us had 3 ice creams each. I felt a little guilty for spending money on not 1 but 3 ice creams, but that's okay. We went to celebrate after all. Abba has promised to buy mutton this evening so that I can make gosht ka salan. Mutton is my favorite. It's Abba's favorite too. But we can't afford to eat it every day the way others do in the village. Depending on how much Abba buys, we can have some tomorrow and the day after tomorrow too. These board exams were tough. I'm not sure if I will pass in English and geography. I will start praying more from tomorrow. I'm sure that will help. But even if I pass the exams, what next? Abba won't let me go to college. I heard him speak to someone about my nikah. If I get a good groom for room, I will get her married off right away. I don't want to get married yet. Maybe if I pass, Abba might change his mind and let me go to college. That will be fun. I will ask him for new material so that I can get fancy suits stitched. I can go to Kumar Chacha's shop to stitch a suit just like Fatima's. Kumar Chacha has a new boy, Saeem, working with him. He keeps looking at me. He was also at the ice cream shop this afternoon and my friends thought he liked me. But for now, it is the gosht ka salan. The masala is already ready. I took Sharda Chachi's help to make the masala. I wasn't sure if I had to add dahi. She suggested I make the salan in a pressure cooker, but I don't think I will. I will stick to the method I know. I hope Abba comes home soon because it will be good if the gosht is kept marinated for an hour at least. If Abba gets extra mutton, then I can make more salan and give some to Kumar Chacha. I'm sure he will share it with Saeem. But for now, I will just dream away because I need to get to work after Abba returns anyway.
Kahan kho gaye, Kabir? Do you want the lift or should I leave? Finally, Shyam Babu is done with his work. Yes, I was waiting for you only. I smile and try to be as polite as possible. He has made me wait for 1 full hour. I will buy myself a cycle next year. Shyam Babu, the cashier at the farm, is very kind to give me a lift every day, but I don't like being so dependent on him. I had to wait for an hour in the morning and now this. Don't be so worried, Kabir. You didn't get your weekly wage today because of Saturday's bank holiday. You will get it tomorrow. He consoles me as we mount on his kinetic Luna. But get used to this. Every even Saturday now on is going to be a bank holiday. So start saving up a little. I smile and nod. What does he mean by start saving up? Every rupee earned is saved up and deposited in the bank. All for Roo. She turned 18 last month. Soon I'll have to find her a well-settled groom. She though wants to do her graduation and only then get married. She hasn't told me yet, but I heard her speak to her Ammi. I'm not so sure though. It was only last week that Ramesh Kaka, the panwala at the corner of her house, had commented. The more she studies, the tougher it will be to find a groom. He will obviously have to be more educated than her. And if he is so qualified, then Kabir Bhai, you better have very deep pockets to match up to his dowry demands. He has no business in deciding what's good for my daughter. Kabir, your house is here. Shukriya, I mumble and get off. If she insists on studying, I'll let her. Or maybe I'll find her a well-educated boy from Delhi who will let her study after marriage. That will be perfect. I hope her board exams went well. Oh God, today was her last paper. I had promised to bring home her favorite mutton today. I let her down on her birthday too, I can't do that again. Shyam Babu, I shout and run after him. His Luna is already racing away. Shyam Babu, I shout again. This time he stops. Shyam Babu, can you please lend me 400 rupees? He doesn't ask why, he just hands me the money. How can anyone always be so kind? Even if I buy that cycle, I'll still keep taking a lift from him. He's getting old and needs company. Fortunately, there isn't much of a rush at the mutton shop. Give me a half a kg of mutton, please, Karim Mia. I don't know why I borrowed 400 rupees instead of 200 from him. Let me give her a surprise. Do one thing. Give me 1 kg. Roo is going to be very happy. Why is this Chotu still sitting here smoking bidi by the stream? When will he understand that he needs to start putting his time to good use? I think I'll have to speak to his father again.
I notice my trembling fingers only when they fail to insert the key into the lock 3 times in a row. I frown and force myself to concentrate on the act of locking up. I've been the temple priest for 20 years. I worked and studied hard to change from a junior priest to one of the most revered and respected holy men in this village. I know all my scriptures, and the villagers know that I can solve any problem they come to me with. I can solve problems that the panchayat themselves can't solve. So it is worrisome that I cannot solve this one. I can imagine the senior priests and the villagers talking behind my back. I climb down the stairs, muttering a prayer under my breath, hoping that Lord Krishna will have mercy on my soul. Is this a test to check my faith, or has my Bhagwan given up on me? If I do not find an answer, then I'll be thrown out of the temple. Who knows, maybe I'll be thrown out of the village as well. Everyone blamed me for the missing calf. It was my duty to check the shed, make sure all the cows had been accounted for. I very seldom do. Who will steal a cow or a calf from a holy place? No sane person would dare under the gods. It was only this morning that I realized it was the wrong thing to do. Maybe if I had noticed the missing calf first, then I wouldn't be under so much pressure. It would have been someone else, and I would have been free and at peace. Now it feels like the whole world is judging me. All morning, people searched the village. Nobody found anything. I bow down before the temple, saying another prayer. My knees shake when I get up. I've been having more problems with my health nowadays. As I leave the temple, I can see someone sitting under the giant banyan tree outside. The light is dimming and my eyes are not good anymore. I get closer and realize it's that useless boy Chotu. I've never seen him do anything useful in his life. I cannot think of a solution. Tomorrow I have to give the sarpanch an answer. I mutter another prayer under my breath, hoping that someone will deliver me from this torture.
What a ghatiya end to a great day. A fun day of loitering around had to end with Baba shouting at me, thanks to that bastard Kabir. So I didn't feel like working today. Big deal. What if he had to take on my share of work for a day? Why did that son of a bitch go tell Baba about it? I don't like how Baba forces me to work at the fields every day. And now, thanks to Kabir, he'll think I sneak away from work all the time. He needs to be taught a lesson, and soon. It won't do to let him get away with this. Not a leaf stirs in this village without me, Chotu, noticing. It's fun to sit here under the banyan tree at sunset. Nobody walking past escapes my gaze. I'll catch the girls bringing back water from the stream. I like to see them squirm under my gaze, swaying hips and all. Like everybody here knows, there's no getting away from Chotu. I should have come here earlier instead of lazing by the stream. Kabir wouldn't have seen me there if I had. I saw him eyeing me as he walked past. Now I know why he looked so smug, the chutiya. I'm sure he's celebrating something at home. He was carrying meat wrapped up in those big sagun leaves from Kasai Karim's shop. So he gets to celebrate happily at home while I go without dinner thanks to him. I can't bear the thought of it. It was a day well spent though, so much gossip to catch up on. Everybody seems worried about the rains not being on time. But Panditji has been saying it'll start to rain soon, and then hopefully we will be off the fields for a week. I don't think he has been focusing on his pujas since the temple calf has gone missing though. The old man spends all his time worrying about the calf, telling everybody how it's an inauspicious omen. How silly. I wonder if someone stole the calf. Couldn't be someone from around here. Everybody knows the temple calf by sight. The whole village is desperate for an answer though. Maybe this is why I am who I am. Chotu is going to give Panditji his answer. There he is now, locking up the temple. He'll soon walk past me, muttering to himself as usual. A word of concern about the missing calf is what he'll expect from me. Of course he'll get that. What he doesn't know yet is that he's also about to find out that his precious calf is no more. How can it be now that it's been cooked and probably eaten too? Enjoy the meat, Kabir. It might be the last meal you'll have.